Hey, welcome to video number 122 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things.
BNI and networking.
I am Mark Simmons. And Hazel, I know that can't travel right now, but I kind of feel like I'm on a beach.
You look like you're in the forest.
I am always in the forest. I'm in the weeds always, but I'm definitely in the forest. You have some shrubbery around you too.
I do. I've got a window behind me. You can see the federal government building behind me too.
Yeah, it looks great. So Hazel, but I'm kind of on vacation, and the reason I'm on this vacation is I have to take a few weeks because I've tried to invite visitors to my chapter. I've tried to do referrals, but here's the thing: everyone's on spring break. So because everyone's on spring break, I have nobody to invite. Nothing's happening. So I'm just going to wait it out. Everyone's on spring break. Everyone I call, yeah, I'm on spring break. Everyone's on spring break. You're probably working too hard because I'm sure everyone in Indiana is on spring break too.
Well, maybe, but I've been calling people, and I've called my insurance agent. He was in the office. I've called the bank. They were open. I called a Flannery Buchanan funeral home to get some paperwork. They were working. Called my attorney. They were working. I'm pretty sure not everyone's on spring break. So it's like, so in the summertime.
Oh, everyone's on summer break.
I hear that a lot. Oh, everyone's on summer break. Kids are out of school. Everyone's on summer break.
And then it's a nice lead up into, well, everyone's on Christmas break.
Yeah, it's holidays. Everybody's gone. I can't invite anybody because they're all gone. Yeah. Which I just am going to tell you this, Mr. Simmons. Sounds like a lot of excuses to me to not do the work you need to be doing.
Huh.
How many people did you call and they said, sorry, I'm on spring break? How many voicemails did you get that said, we're sorry, we can't come to the phone right now because we're all on spring break? Or emails that you sent out that popped back that said, sorry, we're on spring break. How many of those?
Look at the time. Thank you for watching Walker This Way. Yeah. So assumption that everyone's on spring break.
You're assuming that. First off, let's talk about the word everyone.
Yes.
Right? Well, clearly, everyone is not on spring break. Right? They're
probably.
Florida would break off and fall into the water if everyone went. So that's not a truth. Your whole network isn't on spring break. Mm-hmm. Have you called everyone in your network?
I have not. Because I assume they're on spring break.
Right. So have you ever considered the word assume?
Oh, I see where this is going.
ASSUME.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens when we assume. But here's the other thing. As human beings, we walk around all the time making assumptions. We are assumption-making machines. Mm-hmm. It's our brain makes so many assumptions about so many things. And then we stop and we judge the assumption as if it were truth. Right. So we made up a story, then we judged the story as if the story was true. It's also just making good excuses. It's making excuses. Everyone's on spring break. No, you're being lazy. You just didn't want to tap in. Or here's the other one I hear quite often. And I hear this from the older members. Ugh, I've tapped out my network.
Yes.
I've called everyone in my network. All of them. All of them? That's you, like your network is finite. What that says to me is you're not looking at your network as a whole. Right? So you're not looking at your network as a whole. So you're making up excuses about why you're not doing things. You're saying everyone is on spring break, everyone's on summer break, everyone's not available, when that is not the truth. That is just you not wanting to do the work, or any member or any other person not doing the work. It's the same thing a salesperson will do. They'll go, I can't get hold of anybody to sell anything. Everyone's on spring break. They say it too. I've heard them.
Yeah.
And it's not a truth.
Also, though, so this just under the title of assumption. When we talk about our network, there are sometimes the thought that our network means business.
Mhm.
And if it's not business, we don't think of it necessarily as our network.
Right. So you belong to a bowling league?
Right. Yeah.
That's a network of people you're with every week. My son-in-law bowls every week. That's a network of people he's with every week.
Right.
And the teams he competes against, he sees them every year. He sees them all the time.
Mhm.
That's part of the network. What about your church, your synagogue, your religious organization? Those are people you see every week. They know you, you know them.
Mhm.
Do you know what professions they're in? Do you know, are they people that might be able to buy from the people, other people in your network? This is my church group and this is my business network. Do you think my business network might like to meet some of the members of my church group? Could happen.
Yeah.
They're good buyers. What about any sports league?
Yeah.
Or
And
just go
if you
through,
play
there's
sports,
so many things.
If you play sports, it's your league. If you happen to have kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews or who play sports, take them. There's a network.
My attorney told me one day that he gets more referrals, and he's a corporate lawyer. He gets more referrals from his son's soccer league than any of his networking activities. Do you know why? He's the coach. They trust him. They watch how he works with their children. They're not afraid to do business with him. And when he advises them, they show up at the meetings.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's got great credibility with the parents of the children. But as soon as I say, tell me about your network, and people go, oh, I don't network, I'm a member of BNI. I know that's not true. You might not belong to a business network, but there's lots of networks. And what you're doing when you say everyone's on spring break, that's probably because you're calling strangers and not actually calling the people in your network.
Or doing as I do and assuming that everyone's on spring break.
Right, because it's spring break.
Yeah.
Right.
Or summer break or winter break, or I mean, that kind of thinking. There's no good day.
There's no good day, especially in Canada where you have a holiday every single month.
We do not.
Yeah, we're on a 4-day holiday.
There was not one in March. So no, not true.
That's unusual not to have one in March.
We're slugging it through March.
Oh dear. Oh my goodness.
So really,
it's getting out of that head. You got to get that out of your head.
Yeah. So it is, again, probably comes down to perspective for one thing and mindset.
Correct. And you know what? You can make excuses or you can make money.
Right.
You can't make money if you're always making excuses. They don't go hand in hand. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Those people who are highly successful don't give excuses. And here's the other thing. I say to people all the time, when you give me a reason that you didn't do something, that is an excuse. Reason is another word for excuse.
Right.
Just own up to it. I didn't make any phone calls. I made assumptions. Everyone wouldn't be around.
And actually, one of the things we say when we talk about the work with launch groups, and we work with, when members have questions about how to invite, one of the things we tell them is, don't make the decision for the people that you're inviting.
Right.
But much like inviting to a wedding, and you start going through the guest list and saying, well, they won't become because this is happening. They won't become because they won't come because they have kids and they're probably not going to come. So you start making excuses for them when all you should do is ask them, let them make up their own minds.
Let them make it. It's right.
So instead of deciding for other people, call anyways.
Because we will make assumptions about people,
Yeah.
places and things. And the other thing is how you invite, because I just say to people when I'm inviting them into the core groups, I go, I would like for you to come to the room to meet the rest of the people in the room. I want to introduce you to everyone else that's putting this together. Whether you decide to be part of it or not be part of it, doesn't really matter. I just want to introduce you to the room. And almost every time I get a yes. Oh yeah, okay. I can't do it this week, but could I come next week? I don't try to sell BNI. I want them to meet the people in the room and experience the BNI meeting, right? And I tell them there'll be a meeting, you'll get a chance to talk to everybody, you'll get the breakout rooms, and I will introduce you around. So it's stop making the assumptions that people won't come and stop making the assumptions that everybody's on spring break.
Right. Change your mindset, change your perspective, keep inviting. Clearly, not everyone's on spring break or winter break or summer break or
well, they
whatever
might be
it is.
in their head, but they're physically still here.
They're still working. We're still working. All right, Hazel, as always, great advice. Friends, till next time. We're out.
Bye.
Bye.